Hey folks, Jim here, aka Palette for Dead. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to a new issue of White Dwarf magazine. Now, as per usual with all these videos, if you like them, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and of course, drop a comment down below. I love hearing back from you guys. It goes a massive way to help the channel too. And without further ado, let's crack on with it, shall we? So, this month we're on for issue 465 of White Dwarf magazine. We get 2 free gifts. So we get a Warhammer 40k Darktide poster, which, if you don't know, Warhammer 40k Darktide is the upcoming game from the makers of Warhammer Vermintide. They're called Fat Shark Games. Vermintide and Vermintide 2, absolutely brilliant games. If you've not played them, get them played. If you own an Xbox, a PS4, or a PC, by all means, find somewhere where you can get it, download it, have fun with it. It is a multiplayer only game. So it is 4-player multiplayer, so you do need a team. So if you are teaming up with your friends, perfect game to get going. Like Left 4 Dead and games like that, very, very action-based and all set in the the world that was for Vermintide. Warhammer 40k Vermintide Darktide though is set in one of the Hive worlds, and is shaping up to be a brilliant game. It looks like it's going to be really, really good fun, and must admit, they're really looking forward to getting my hands on that one in the near future. Now, the other thing it comes with is a transfer sheet for the Tome Keepers as well. So if you want to do a new Space Marine chapter, the Tome Keepers are a pretty cool chapter to do. I must admit, I'm tempted to do Tome Keepers when we get Imperium magazine, when that comes out. I'll have to have a think about it, but that may be a possibility for that magazine. Now, without further ado, let's jump into the issue, shall we? So, of course, we're going to start off in one of my favourite parts of a magazine, which is the contact section, which, of course, as if you've watched some of these videos before, you know I like this section because I love looking at people's models. So, there is an awesome Blood Angels Intercessor just over here, bursting through some doors and gun ready. Really cool. It's a really nice looking model. It's pretty decent. It's definitely a showpiece and not one that you'd use very often on tabletop, but really good stuff. There is an awesome Ogors Tyrant as well. I must admit, I've got one of these and I loved painting it. I thought it was an absolutely brilliant model to paint. If you've got one, show them off. They're absolutely brilliant. It's a really nice model. You've also got a dank old Troggoth as well, which for Troggoths, of course, being them big trolls from the Forces of Destruction. Really cool, with all them kind of magical mushrooms on their backs that are kind of growing from them, protecting them from magical abilities in occasions and stuff like that as well. And of course, being very fungal in a lot of ways as well. So they're really cool. There's painting question just down here for the Null Myriad as well, so a different way of painting your Mortek Guard from the Ocelot Bone Reapers and stuff like that as well. So if you want to do that, you can get going with that. It's a very cool way of painting it as well. It looks very nice. I've got some Ocelot Bone Reapers and I haven't painted them, so maybe I might go for a similar look to this. I don't know yet though, in all honesty. I probably will change my mind in about 10 seconds flat. On to the next page, we have an awesome Kellenar model. This is brilliant. It's a very nice looking model. So this is impressive. It's got a lot of clear resin with a load of skulls underneath all that rockage and everything like that. Very nicely painted. A very dark version of it as well, which makes it look really cool. I really like it. I think it's got a very nice look to it. A very nice diorama piece. Genuinely impressed by that. Genuinely impressed. We have a Scorpeth Lord just over here as well, which has that kind of some scarabs kind of climbing around as well when I'm not knocking the magazine around. On his little plinth and everything like that, which looks really good. It's very nicely done. It looks like it is literally broken out of a tomb as well, or is smashing up a tomb, which looks really good. A war boss as well, which war bosses are always fun to look at. There's some always very funky paint jobs for the war bosses. And that branch switch, I like that branch switch. That's a very nice looking branch switch as well. That is. I do like the Sylvaneth. You can get some really, really nice looks from them, or you can make them look as tree-like as possible. Personally, I like having that kind of ethereal look behind them. I think it looks really, really cool. Makes it stand out, makes it very colourful, makes it unique. And a big passion of mine for some Lord of the Rings models. It's not very often you see enough Lord of the Rings models on the pages of White Dwarf, and this Eowyn and Merry on foot and mounted are very nicely done. Yeah, fantastic. I really, really like it. It's a very, very nice look model, and the paint job on it has, is tip top on that one. Moving on into Age of Sigmar territory now, we have A Tale of Four Warlords. So this one is Lumineth Realm Lords, Slaves to Darkness, the Cities of Sigmar, and Header Knights of Slaanesh. 4 pretty cool warbands to have and kind of armies to command. So you have Defenders of Mount Avalon, which is Lumineth Realm Lords, which are very, very nice paint scheme for these guys as well. These are really, really nicely done. They look pretty damn crisp. And yeah, they're really, really nice. They, 1,010 points this army is, and it's it's a really good one. I really, really like it. I think it's pretty damn cool, and definitely a nice one to have as well. The Slaves to Darkness, pretty cool. A couple of chariots, and the good old Mind Stealer as well, which is quite a unique look to them as well, having your kind of all your bits and pieces. So 3 different armoured chariots for these Chaos Warriors, which is pretty damn good, and looks really quite nice as well. Then you've got the Cities of Sigmar, which include Phoenix Guard, Sisters of the Watch, and stuff like that as well. Really, really nice looking models. They're very bright and vibrant looking, and they've definitely got a few conversions in there as well, having that one just up there. Definitely a conversion between a Mymorn Banshee. So it looks really, really nice. So it's a very well done conversion. It looks pretty damn cool. So definitely a good one as well. And then your Hidden Knights of Slaanesh, which have a nice look to them as well. They're not as bright and vibrant as they normally are. They're quite darker. They look very, very nice. They're very well painted. They look pretty damn cool, and definitely a nice one as well to have, and good ideas for if you're going to paint Hidden Knights of Slaanesh or anything like that as well. Really, really good stuff. Really, really enjoyed reading through all of this and having a flick through. Definitely worth spending your time going through these bits and pieces. In this issue as well, we've got more Golden Demon stuff. So an interview with somebody who has won gold in the Golden Demon Awards and painting competitions and stuff like that before, which is a really, really cool looking duelists and everything like that have been made. Really, really nice. 2011 Gold Award Golden Demon entry, called The First Cut, which is good old Seraphon and an Empire soldier, which looks really, really nice. It's a very nicely done. Can definitely see why that won gold, in all honesty. 2013 couple of gold awards as well, which look really, really good as well, having that Ogre Hunter, which you can get it quite easily, them guys, and it's been converted and made nice and looking cool with that kind of crossbow. Really, really nice looking model, and definitely a pretty cool unit to have. And then of course a knight charging down an ogre as well, just over there, which is also very, very nice and very, very cool looking, and definitely a good one to look at. The 2016 and 2017 models as well, so you've got some 40k going on here with both of these. So Gene's Leader Cults and Orcs going up again, and some bits and pieces over here as well with a Space Marine Scout going up as well, which is really nice. And then we've got a bit of a mixture, so we're going back to the Mortal Realms and kind of staying in that 40k universe as well. looks really, really good. It's very nicely done. It's very, very nicely painted models, very nice, cool looking dioramas. Definitely good, and really, really nice. Also mentions up here as well that the guy who painted these, his daughter doing some of them as well, and her painting is pretty damn cool as well. They look really, really good. So, definitely a person to look out for on the Golden Demon front. So, really, really nice stuff to look at. Fantastic looking models. Maybe one day, if you've ever entered Golden Demon and you've got photos of it, link it on my Discord or anything like that, or send me the link on Twitter. I'd love to see the models, and I'd love to see how you did and everything like that. But yeah, brilliant stuff. Moving into the next section of the magazine, but sticking with Warhammer Age of Sigmar, we have a Black Library section detailing the sagas of the realms and the books that are really, really good places to read and everything like that as well. So, if you want to go through everything to do with Warhammer Age of Sigmar, and you want to kind of start with the beginning from the very early stages of the Age of Sigmar, you can go with the Realm Gate Wars 1 and 2 anthologies. They have a lot of shorter stories bringing in all these different battles during the Realm Gate Wars, focusing all that lore and history, putting them all into one place really for you to get going with. Good pickups if you can get them. Play Garden is a really, really good book. I've got it on Audible, on my Audible account. It was really, really nice. A really good book. Not gonna lie, it's not the best Warhammer novel that I've had, but I enjoyed it nonetheless. It was a very, very good one. I must admit, I haven't read half of the others on this second page. I have had, though, Callus and Toll, The Silver Shard. Fantastic novel. Really, really good fun to listen to. There's a lot going on in it, and he brings in a lot of intrigue, a lot of bits and pieces, a lot of little bits of segments that kind of link to the Witch Hunters, all the different forces of Sigmar, the forces of Zeech, and some other bits and pieces that you will find out, which are really, really cool stuff. Then, when it goes into the second edition, Soul Wars, of course, came out. So Soul Wars is a brilliant kind of novel that accompanies the Soul Wars box set and the second edition of Age of Sigmar. Really good read. I thought it was absolutely really clever. It was very well written. It was well narrated on Audible as well, and it's definitely worth having a good go at as well, and having a read of it, because it's just so entertaining. It's really good fun. Shadespire is probably my favourite Warhammer novel. I am not going to lie about it. I absolutely loved it. I thought it was brilliant. Very, very worth reading. If you have not read Shadespire, I fully recommend it. Literally, get yourself on Audible, get it downloaded. If you sign up to Audible, pay monthly and all that type of stuff, you get a credit, and you can use that credit to buy a book each month. Or if you can buy it outright. However, they do tend to be expensive, so I would pay the monthly fee and get a collection of books, so you can have a lot of Warhammer novels if you wanted to. But Shadespire, fantastic novel, worth every penny you can pay on that one. Get it. I bought it. I bought the paperback, and the paperback is fantastic. It's a really, really good book. I literally read it from cover to cover in little over a week, while I was sunning myself up in Spain. I'm not going to lie, I was next to a pool and I was reading that quite heavily. A really good book. Really, really, really good fun. Out of all the others, I must admit, I've not read all of them. I have read Stormfall, which is also really, really good stuff, and a really cool one, and definitely worth a read. Going on to the next page though, we have Ghoul Slayer, which is the proper first Gottfried Gurneson novel that is based in the Mortal Realm. So of course, Gottfried Gurneson is famed hero from the world that was, and he travelled through the realm of chaos and has emerged in the plains of Akshi and in one of the dwarf enclaves with a new axe and he's gets some new companions. So unfortunately he hasn't got good old Felix Jaeger with him anymore, which is a shame, but a really good book with that one. Beastgrave is also a really good book. It's written by C.L. Werner, a very nice one. C.L. Werner, David Geimer and David Arndale are really good novelists, so worth looking out for a lot of their books because they are always really good stuff. Court of the Blind King is actually the one I'm going through at the moment. I'm not far from the end, but it's a really good story. It's very clever, all about the Island of Deepkin and their kind of lore and their intrigue and the political intrigue between all the different enclaves. Really good stuff to read. The others I haven't really read much of, but I have read Lady of Sorrows. Fantastic novel as well. Some twists, some turns, a lot going on in it. A great novel though. Definitely worth a read on that one. Or if you got Audible, download it. Brilliant story. Really good fun. Realm Lords is also a really fantastic story as well, by Dale Lucas. The introduction to the Lumineth Realm Lords and their kind of magic and everything like that as well, and their re-emergation from the isolation that they've been keeping in Haish is a very good story. Definitely worth a read. And the other one that I've read out of all of these is Curse City. Curse City is fantastic. It is a really good novel. I think out of all the novels, my favourites are Shadespire and Curse City. Curse City comes a close second. The only downside to Curse City is we might not be seeing any expansions to Curse City, the box game, which is a shame, and we don't know what's really going on with it. But really good stuff. If you want a little guide to your Warhammer novels, this is a really good segment to go through and have a read of and kind of work out what book you might want to pick up and everything like that as well. Really good fun to look at. And into the final section of the magazine, the inside of the studio, which you've got some nice little photos here. So from Necrons, some kit bashed, good old Space Wolves, and somebody's repainted their Funko Pop Space Marine, which is a really cool thing to do. If you like your Space Marines and you like certain chapters, pick up one of Funko Pop's, repaint it. You can make it look really cool. You can do a lot of detail work on it that the Funko team do not do, but you can make it stand out and make it really highly detailed like you would your actual Space Marines. Really good stuff. I really like the idea of that, and it's being done in the Tome Keeper's painting style, which is just coincidental that we get the Tome Keeper's transfer sheet. Really good stuff. I quite like it. And then finally, the next issue will be on sale on 16th of July. Really good stuff to look out for. I'm looking forward to hopefully some good stuff. But we'll see. We've got a nice Tyrannid model there as well. We'll see what goes on in the next issue. But for now, thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Bye bye now.